Welcome to the Garage, an NBA live show presented by N.B.H Network. I go by Mike, and with me today is
J-Badge, Daniel Doom.
the in-season tournament is over. We know what the matchups are going to be, and as fun as that is, we got to talk about the game. Actually, the stuff that matters. Golden State Warriors lose again. Got a nice bounce back win in San Antonio. We said last time we met, I think 2-3-1, 4-0, but probably like somewhere between 2-2 and 4-0 on this four-game stretch. They're 1-1 going in. But this was a tough one. I'm gonna let y'all get into it because I think y'all were locked in. But any thoughts on Warriors? The Warriors lost to Sacramento in the last game of the in-season tournament.
J-Badge. I think it was the story of the season so far. It was I turned on the game and we were already up. I knew Clay. I think Clay started off hot again. Wiggins. Oh man, we're so good when Clay and Wiggins play good. But in the around the end of the third quarter, fourth quarter, you could just. No, I think fourth quarter, you could just tell that Clay and Wiggins were back to themselves. At least Wiggins was, and then the stretch where Moody probably should have stayed in the game, and he brought Clay back in. I feel like that kind of that turned that. That's what gave the game away.
Yeah, Van Gundy called it at that point when Moody came out. Yeah, Van Gundy called it 11 points, and it was like Van Gundy was shocked as he said every fact too. He's like 11 points, hasn't missed a field goal all quarter, and he's like, I don't know if I would have took him out, and then he finally like said, well, maybe he's tired, and then in my head I was like, he's not coming back in this game. Steve Kerr's not putting him back in, and yeah, probably like 4.5, maybe 5 minutes left. Like he did all that.
It was 4 minutes and 30 seconds left. That's what made me mad because he took Moody out with 4 minutes left, and I just feel like after he just hit 2 threes, and I feel like he could have just let him rock 2 more minutes, if anything, before bringing Clay back in.
You have to,
or you could have just seen how shit looked with that lineup. Because it was Curry, Moody, Wiggins, Draymond, and Looney, and I feel like that was a really good lineup that could have potentially could have closed the game out. But if you had to bring Clay back in the last 2 minutes just for Kerr for his security or whatever it was, just I don't know, let the dude miss a shot first or something, like have a heat check or something. But obviously he was gearing up. He was in it. You could tell he was in the gear, and
it was different. It felt a little different. Yeah, what you said. It's the two. What was it? Say the 2 minutes thing that you said was good because I didn't think about that at first. I was just like, my head, it was just he's not coming back in this game after he came out. But I wasn't even thinking at that time of just like, oh yeah, just let him. Like you literally just tell Clay, come back to the bench. Like let him get a couple more plays, and then it could be a minute, it could be 2 minutes later. Probably realistic is 2 minutes later. You get him in at the first dead ball within the last 2 minutes of the game. If you really want to give this is getting to the details, man. It's like really Kerr having to figure this out. Like what the night like tonight, where it's like you got to look at coaching in. Well, yeah, this is definitely a Steph Curry, Steve Kerr loss for sure. You just got to look at the top dogs, the point guard, the head coach, the scheme, and everything, and not executing this. Yeah, looking at those two, the details, man. You know your team, you know your players. You got a guy out there that's really showing you something. He's been consistent all year, and he hits a streak like that at the most crucial moments of the game. He's giving you all of the fourth quarter points. That's the other part of him coming out 4 for 4 from the field, 11 points in the fourth quarter was. I think Van Gundy said Wiggins, Clay, and Steph were like they were shooting terrible in the fourth quarter. They had, I think it was a combined like maybe 1 or 2 field goals. It was like going into that last 4 or 5 minutes, Clay, Wiggins, and Curry hadn't been able to get anything really going. So
I don't think Clay did anything when he came in the last 4 minutes. I don't
think
Clay
not
did.
I
don't even know if he got like a real touch. I don't know if he got a shot up or anything.
If he did, it wasn't a good one.
Yeah, if he did, it wasn't a good one. It was just like, wow, we just subbed out production. I don't know. I mean, I feel like everybody knew it was about to happen. It just I saw Clay getting up with them ice packs on his knees, and I'm just like, yo, you're telling. That's the thing why I don't even blame Clay though.
It's not Clay at all.
I feel like Clay would have perfectly understood if you just told him real quick, okay, we're gonna let this rock for a little bit, and things would have been fine. And I get I have to just put that one on.
So that's
I put that one on
Curry.
Kirk because but then I also put it on Curry too because you got to say something. I feel like you got to say something. Curry and Draymond, y'all got to say something there, like because
I get to.
it's just the moment. I understand the rotation. I feel like that's just Curry. He just wants to stick to the rotation, but I don't know. Maybe it's weird because it's the NBA, but sometimes no, it's not.
It felt like an obvious. It really felt like an obvious in the moment decision. It was like one of those decisions Kerr has to face so he can like see it clearly. Like yeah, Clay had a good game. Clay's had a couple of good games now. He's not stinking up the gym anymore. You got this young dude who's ready to play and close games out. You got this young dude who's very reliable. And it's like you can make the decision to rock with Clay, or you can make the decision to rock with this young dude in the last 2, 3, 4 minutes of games. And like it's not an easy decision to make, especially when Clay has 20 points, in the game. It's like, but you have to be tapped in with your team and be able to coach this team night to night on the regular season. But it was just absolutely one of those times where you just at least tell Clay, give him a couple more plays. Clay's been hot. Is a streaky as a good player has ever been streaky, and he knows what it's like to be like have somebody come to the sideline and see them walk back because Clay makes another three. Like it's like he would at least know what it means, especially Kurt, to be able to say like, yeah, just take a minute, dog. Now Steph is selling Clay out by the way. It's the only time you'll ever hear me hate on the way Steph Curry plays the point guard position because I know he's he's probably the greatest point guard to ever play the game of basketball. But man, he be selling Clay out, dog. He be acting like Clay can still do stuff. He be running these actions, and Steph lets because the Warriors are all about flow, read and react, and all that stuff. But Steph just lets the initial action involve Clay too often, and it's even if it's not Steph making the pass, you can see him organizing it to get Clay a look, and it's like Steph, the ball's gonna die in Clay's hands, and you're asking way too much of him. Like you have to tweak. You have to be the person that you have to either create the initial penetration or find someone else to create the initial penetration for Clay to play off of. Like you can't keep acting like for him, it's him and Kerr, Curry and Kerr, the main ones I'm looking at. Like you guys have to talk to and stop treating Klay Thompson like he's Klay Thompson. Like it's up to you two guys to start changing the looks and the amount of looks and touches he's getting and the amount of minutes he's getting in the game, just so he can start to adjust his game.
It's time to get out of 2016.
Oh man.
Curry,
Curry just be running some plays like it's just going Curry. Like Curry, what do you think Clay's gonna do off this pin down? Like we need it. Like it'll be times where we need a bucket, or like the game feels like it's hanging or going a certain way, or like we're not having a couple bad possessions in a row with Clay on the court. And it's just like Steph, it would really do well if you didn't go to Clay, or you made sure Clay didn't throw away a possession here. Like you need to be thinking about that. You need to be thinking that Clay will throw away possessions sometimes. You need to protect him from that. And that shouldn't just be Curry, but I expect Curry, one of the greatest point guards of all time, to tap into that as the season goes. And I definitely expect Steve Kerr, one of the greatest coaches of all time, to progressively adjust this man's role. This game was over. The the in-season tournament chances were over when Gary Payton got hurt, because this team not beating anybody by double digits without Gary Payton. And the game was over when Moses Moody subbed out the game, and Moses Moody subbed out the game after scoring 11 points in the fourth quarter. They wasn't going to win that game. Fox, Mr. Fourth Quarter, was going to get to the line, get enough buckets, rally the team, rally the crowd, and make it really hard for you to win a basketball game in Sacramento, because that's what he do. That's what he do.
Fuck that. God wasn't going to let that happen. The basketball guys were not going to let us win that game.
Yeah,
you can't.
Draymond wild too, man. Yeah, Draymond back.
You know what's funny? They messed up on that. they said he was ejected at first. They put a Draymond Green ejected. They switched it to technical.
They just stood there profiling this dude. I say when he got the tech, it's funny. Van Gundy or the other dude said it. It was like, him and Curry are doing the exact same motion. Like they're doing the exact same thing at the moment. It's just like, right, like the moment he calls the tech, like Steph and Draymond are doing the exact same thing, talking about the exact same thing. And it looks like they're mouthing the same shit. It's like, oh yeah, nah, Draymond, you finna get a team for this. Steph, they don't even see Steph doing it, man. Steph's the same asshole though. He says they were both arguing. It wasn't the most recent play. It was like the play before that they were arguing. It was like they were arguing, Steve Kerr's players arguing for a carry or like a double dribble or some shit from the play before. You guys are antagonizing the ref.
Free Ja Morant.
Well,
That made me go back to that. Well, yeah, that's if you get it, you get it.
free the Memphis Grizzlies to the Eastern Conference. You feel me?
That part.
Bless the Grizzlies. Let's send them over there.
Uh,
Oh yeah, free Moody. If I'm Moody, I don't know. I don't know how I feel. It's getting weird. Maybe they have some weird connection that we don't know about, or Kerr's trying to do his version of I don't know what
Mike.
anymore. That's the thing. I feel like I feel like Popovich easily lets a player ride out there. Like
Yeah,
and man, what if Moody is our Kawhi Leonard and we just don't know?
he is. No, I was like, the more I watch, like, okay, I already know about Kawhi, but you feel me? He is our guy, like the closest thing the Warriors staff will ever get to draft. Like, I feel like I was coming into it and still feel very strongly about how good Kuminga can be and how strong I think the Curry Kuminga tandem can look. It can happen very fast, I guess, like with those two. But the more I watch Moses Moody play, the more I'm like, yo, y'all did this shit. Like, y'all just need to play this dude 36 minutes a night because he legitimately is the most surprising player that I could say could be the second best player on the team. I don't think he's going to get the minutes, and there's too many players in the way to happen, but like he's going to be more consistent and locked in than everybody in his way, and that's what feels unfair. So it's just like, how good is he? We really don't know because there's so many. Mike said it today when he was watching Kerr's presser.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I
He
wanted
was
to bring that. I wanted to
he was
bring
not in
that
the
up.
rotation. Moses Moody was not supposed to be in the rotation tonight. He only was played so many minutes because Gary Payton got hurt.
That's what I was thinking too.
Steve Kerr was not going to play this man. That's who he wasn't going to play. And even when Wiggins and Clay have a good game, you just still see. I think Moses Moody is going to have a better game on less shots with less mistakes, and it's just how many times? Yeah, how much of the season we're going to get through before? Yeah,
I'm
it's
gonna
got to fit.
I'm actually gonna play this. I don't know if you guys will be able to hear it, but the people listening will be able to hear it, and I'll kind of just break it down after. But I do want to play this because it kind of, on a lot of different levels, it just threw me for a
Matters.
loop.
That's why he's going to be in the league for a long time.
Can y'all hear that?
Nah,
Nah.
try again.
Moody was really hot in the fourth, and you went away from him. What was kind of the reasoning?
Moses was awesome tonight. We
Starts by
needed
saying
to
Moses
get
was
wins on
awesome
the floor
tonight.
for defense against Fox, and we decided to go with Clay and our vets. We thought about keeping him out there, but we made the move that we made. He was, by the way, Moses was fantastic.
Turning red.
Out of the rotation
Call white
tonight
man
to start
BS.
the game. Talked to him before the game and explained what we were doing. The guy, he reminds me of Loon, Moses.
He's just said he reminds him of Loon. Just so much little disrespect. It was just so funny how he goes through it because it starts with like he says the justifiable part of the sub where it's like, yeah, Wiggins in for defense, and like Wiggins had 29. Wiggins comes back in the game and it says just kind of slips in, bring our Clay, bring our vets back in. No real justification actually for that. But then the disrespectful part is I don't understand. I don't understand why he wasn't in like what he's done over the last 3 or 4 games. It literally feels like a coach trying to make a change so his team wins games and ignoring the various obvious change that needs to be made. So now you're cutting minutes from, like you said, from a nigga that just needs to play. And it's wild that we're kind of sitting here and having to deal with this. And then, yeah, just at the end, he reminds him, Kurt said when he had the conversation, took it like a pro, reminds me of Loon. It's like, no, we don't need to do this shit. He should be. We don't need to just let this nigga be. Yeah, he's fine coming off the bench, so we're going to make him come off the bench because Clay's not going to be fine with it. I get it. I get it.
No, yeah, it's you. I mean, first two pods, you called it. I feel like a lot of the discussion was you were just explaining to me. I feel like a lot of I was explaining how just Moody and Kuminga have proven and shown they need to be on the court this season, and Kurz, I feel like made the way for them to be on the court. But everything you were saying, I think the holdbacks and where our conversation went was just Klay Thompson. And where do the minutes come from for Moody and for Kuminga consistently? And then that's something that was just something we worried about. Something we were saying we're going to be frustrated probably with how Kerr like tries to figure this out because he is just gonna have to get through playing Klay Thompson minutes and figuring out around that how this season is gonna go. But the person, I think we even probably said the person who loses out the most isn't Kuminga and all of this. The person who loses out the most is Moses Moody. Like in this this crowded wing rotation, crowded point, kind of crowded guard rotation, because Kerr has his very set, I think. It's three very professional. I feel like their agents, like Chris Paul and Corey Joseph, agents have like the roles written down of like what it's supposed to be. Like the backcourt or the point guard shit is like completely set, especially with the way Brandon's been playing, and that's such like Brandon being positive and interested in all of this, everything about the roster being exactly what it's supposed to be outside of your starting two wings inconsistencies, and it's just highlights. It makes us feel why we got to this point now. It feels so frustrating because it's specifically the guys in front of Moody playing subpar and inconsistent. Wow, he just continues to show he's ready, and we knew he wasn't going. It was going to be a fight for the minutes, but it's sad to see that he deserves them, and there's nothing that could probably get them to him except for Kerr. Kerr just telling, Kerr getting Klay up out of there. How does Kerr deal with Klay?
And I'll say my last part of this, because as much as like I think it's good you guys have broke down the frustration with Kerr and with Steph, and I think in this particular case I just want to, as much as we're killing Kerr, and I want to kill Kerr because it's like I don't know, man, just feel like you just got to ride the high hand. Curry had a quote, Kawakami, or not Curry had a quote. I think Kawakami was talking about Curry, like how Curry's mentality is that he wants to be out there with Draymond and Klay, and I don't know if the big boy talks, but it's like I don't know. You guys told the dude thought Mark Jackson was the coach that was going to lead him to the championship. Like sometimes you got to tell NBA players that you're not right on things. It's like it would be great. It would be great if Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, and Draymond Green rode off into the sunset like playing great basketball and like all at the same time, finished it out, retired jerseys in the rafters, statues all at the same time. Steph's just gonna play longer, and we're at the first year of like, we are wasting Steph Curry's I won't say prime because I don't know how you talk about Steph Curry and where he's at, but we're wasting a very good, like an excellent, elite Steph Curry season. When it's obvious, it's just obvious, man. It's okay. It's okay. Players get older. Sometimes guys take spots. If you want to win a championship this year, which is feeling less and less and less of a possibility as the season goes on, you're going to need to mess with this starting lineup. It's not going to happen with these guys. We've got 18 games of evidence now. It's not going to happen with these guys. And maybe I'm wrong, but I think it needs. You got to switch it up, man. You just got to switch it up. I know y'all love play, but y'all got to switch it up.
Where my appreciation for LeBron's coming in. Somebody said, LeBron, don't hesitate to push that red button. No matter where he's at, he already said so. He already mentioned the change got to be made.
Klay
can't get it together. It's like, man, like
Klay would have been gone last November. If this was LeBron, that's why I give LeBron credit too, because Curry being way too nice. Everything Mike was saying there, Curry want to be out there with Klay and Draymond too. I feel like he definitely part of this, man. He hanging on to something that ain't there too. Like I was saying earlier, the looks he be trying to get Klay, I just be like, Steph, you like the glass needs to shatter so you can see this person for who he really is now. But yeah, Brian would have got wouldn't have dealt with Klay's slumps last year. He would have been like, hey dog, we out on this.
Just want to point out, I didn't notice till now. Somehow Andrew Wiggins managed to be a negative impact or not negative impact, but somehow they didn't win the minutes when he was on the court. And I don't even know if I blame him.
Plays a lot of minutes with Klay.
Yeah, I don't know if I blame him for that as much as like the 2 times this dude's got buckets, we haven't been able to win. So I don't know. This team's weird, man.
I would say, that was what was I gonna say? She said something else. I mean, thought of something. Well, the pump fake. That's what's kind of scary to me about this team, actually, and really because of Moses Moody and Kuminga, I feel like is what unlocks this. And seeing, Gary Payton is part of also what unlocks this, which is scary to see him get hurt again. Hope Gary gets healthy and hope it's nothing serious, because very big key to this team. But Kerr is going to be able to get by because his team is really good. He's not going to have to, I think, confront a lot of what we're talking about, because I think they're going to be fine. I think it's felt a lot worse. The first 18 games has felt a lot worse than where they're really at, which I think is just a really solid roster. And even with the Chris or whatever is going on with Chris, like Corey's been, yeah, exactly what you expect from Corey. Just like Chris has been like kind of exactly what you expect from Chris, kind of like just exactly kind of professional. Dario's continues to kind of just surprise me and shoot the ball really well. Up and down, everything's been great. It's just the Clay Wiggins part haven't been so bad. And now I see Clay and Wiggins starting to kind of turn the corner a little bit. And that's where I worry that their minutes aren't going to change. We're going to have to get through most of this season playing through the bad habits and the ups and downs
Yep.
of Clay and Wiggins when we need this flip. Like we just need Kuminga and Moody to be the guys. I want to play through Moody and Kuminga's bad games and turnovers. I don't want to play through Klay Thompson and Andrew Wiggins' ups and downs. Like at least we need a split. Like at least we need to split this. Like we can't continue to have to play Wiggins and the Moody Kuminga duos come or as a starter bench as it is now. Like it needs to at least split in half so that Wiggins or Clay comes off the bench and Moody or Kuminga starts by the end of the season. So yeah, that's I'm kind of scared because I think they're good enough to just kind of meddle around at 500 with Clay and Wiggins starting and Clay and Wiggins playing up and down basketball, and that just doesn't leave the room ever for Moody to really break through and just steal the spot from one of those two, which I think needs to happen. So we'll see. We'll see. Kerr, man, you got your squad, dog. This is a Steve Kerr team. 10 deep. Gary, get Gary back healthy. You need Gary Payton. Steph and Steve need Gary Payton, man. That's where too. That first half, look how they played in that first half. That was kind of shows you part of the sign like this team. Just having Draymond and Gary both like, hey man, we locked in. It looked different.
That's why it's frustrating. Hopefully he'll be back soon. Hoping the best for GP too, because yeah, the energy is different. The energy is different with him and Draymond both out there and locked in, especially in a season like this one where I think they're just I guess I don't know. It feels weird to call it Warriors magic, but it does feel like that kind of. I think probably why I feel so much like you have to move on, not like move on from Clay. I think you talked about how like a bench role makes sense. Like not like this dude can be a factor on the team, but it is like yeah, it's different than what it was before. And 2022 was like honestly fairly different, but it's like it's really different than what it was before now.
And
We'll see
keeps
that.
doing the thing too, man. I feel like he was leading scorer at halftime tonight, having a good game, but he will just shoot himself out of a good game, and that's where it comes to Curry and Kerr. Really have to figure out this role for him because Clay's not going to be a 33% shooter in the NBA, like a 3-point shooter in the NBA. Like he's going to be capable of shooting 37, 38 from three. You have to make sure that he's not out there chucking a bunch of mid-range looks, getting too many touches, and not playing not on the court more than he should be in times that he shouldn't be. And that all comes down to Curry and Kerr figuring it out. He'll take a good game and turn it into a bad one. He'll take a good quarter, turn it into a bad quarter really fast these days, and I'll be feeling bad because it's like he's really showing up for y'all. Somebody needs to put the leash, or somebody needs to. That sounds bad. Somebody needs to understand where he's at.
Somebody needs to
And
be a coach/ball handler and make
yeah,
sure their teammates are in the best positions to be effective. And that actually expands beyond Kerr and Curry to also include Draymond, who I haven't been hating on much this year because honestly, every time I look up, he's making threes. But
man, Draymond made 2 threes and we lost. That's crazy.
oh shoot, yeah, that usually doesn't happen. Damn.
No, it's all makes it easy. I feel like it's gonna take her a while to get there, but click at some point and it should be overflow if we do get the flip at some point because Clay or Wiggins is gonna really benefit from playing next to Dario and Chris. I think it's tougher for Moody and Kuminga, and they're just consistent and they're ready to play and ready to contribute. But I think it's tougher for them and be easier for Clay or Wiggins to play alongside those two and just play off of those two guys. And Chris is gonna, I think Chris can, Chris with his super teammate Dario out there and everything they've got going. I think you put one of those wings out there with the bench lineup. I think it balances us out really well.
What even happened to Chris? That nigga had leg soreness. What was that?
That was a tough one. Man. I thought like that was I feel like Chris Haynes was as he was even saying it was like man, I feel like I'm just reporting the dude's old and his leg hurt. It wasn't much else beyond that.
Man, I just see Steph and the young dudes, man.
That's what I'm saying. I was
White
just about to say
boy,
Steph's
Steph,
not
white
playing
boy.
enough with Steph. I feel like he's not getting enough time with
He,
Moody, of course, but even just all of them. Just I feel like
mm-hmm,
that's why Chris is kind of like the scapegoat now. Steph needs to be playing with these dudes actually, and
mm-hmm,
he doesn't get that much time with them.
And Clay
mm-hmm.
needs to probably play with Chris versus
Yeah.
bench lineups.
Mhm.
Wiggins needs to have some nights too. That was when Moody hit because it was the three. He usually do, he do his jab and his three, like, oh, he confident, he take his time with it, he do his thing, he knocking it down now. But this time when the white boy came down, hit a three on him, and then he came
Oh
back the other
yeah.
way, he just pulled. I was like, oh shit. I was like, wait, Moody ready. I ain't never seen him take a three that fast. Like he was 2K. He went up one badge. He went from like bronze or no
Mm-hmm.
quick release. He went up to bronze. He got that off. I was like, what?
Y'all
Man,
remember when
dude
they
been
used
working
to?
on his game. Reward this man. He's working on his game.
Y'all remember when 2K put shot release speed on badges and made us fucking grind
Yeah,
for
that
that
wasn't
shit?
bad. I was gonna say. I said that it was not a badge no more. Yeah,
That's
man,
why
I
they
saw.
used to make us do that. No, I'm just thinking back. They used to. Okay, that's side tangent. Any other thoughts on?
That's the other difference between. That's why Chris needs to play with Clay more
Mm,
too. Is Chris don't have no problem looking off Clay when it's just not there. I feel like
yep.
Steph will try to force it sometimes, and
Mm-hmm.
it could get Steph two turnovers a game trying to force some shit to Clay or force some action that Draymond thinks he sees, and just in the middle of the possession or just early in the possession. And Chris, I've seen it a couple of times already. Chris will just look Clay off, and Clay would get kind of mad, but
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's shit. He sets him up with the right shots.
Yeah,
It's just
Yeah.
better. It's better for him.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Just
Clay was if
You
Clay gets
need.
to that point where he ain't got no choices, man. Take your ass to the bench and play with Chris, man. And just take whatever you get. But it really everything you're saying is true because that watching Chris close a quarter is crazy. I watched him play for a long time, but watching him close a quarter is crazy because he really does he understands the flow, understands time and possession so well, and he's
Mm-hmm.
so insane about not turning the ball over, especially when the game gets down to any type of 1 minute 30 seconds left in the first three quarters. You feel me? He is just he is aware and he's going to try to get a 2, 4, 5, 6 point advantage, whatever advantage he can get on the team in that 1 to 2 minutes. He's gonna get it and see it when he plays with Dario. Just he's gonna look off other people for Dario, and I've gotten used to it now because
Mm-hmm.
I understand how his brain is working. Of just like he just knows how to on average just get the points per possession, however that stat works. But like with
Mm-hmm.
watching Chris Paul play, that's what it feels like I'm watching, especially at the close quarter, especially close quarters especially when he's playing against all bench lineups with our full bench lineup. And Clay Wiggins just definitely would benefit from a guy who just looks them off for a
Mm-hmm.
better look, or because he knows he's going to draw this foul. The little things Chris Paul does, or he's had a couple nights too where he's made some shots, man. And you're doing that. He look real nice when he's making his little floater and a three. But just somebody who's gonna look Clay and Wiggins off as opposed to Steph, who
Mm-hmm.
ain't too nice, man. It's too nice. This thing is really we're a point guard dynamic. Steph's being too unselfish, trying to spread the floor around like the point guard, while Chris knows the point guard thing to do is to just I'm gonna hit David West or Dario Saric on the pick and pop because I trust them more than anybody else on the court. And you other niggas better be ready to shoot when we pass y'all the ball. We're gonna score every time, or we're gonna get fouled every time, and y'all gonna get good looks off of that shit. So just be patient and wait. Curry over here. Here, Clay. Here,
that's also the
Wiggins.
thing. I don't
Here,
know if
Clay.
Chris was Chris even on the bench the rest of the game? Probably.
He came out. I feel like Stan Van pointed out when
Yeah,
he
he was
came out
bad.
from the back to tell him something. He saw something
Yeah.
on film and came back.
Yeah, he
to
wasn't
him.
gonna stay. He said, "Man, y'all gonna make me get up. Y'all make me get up." I said, "They gonna figure this out, man. We got two of the greatest pointers of all time, greatest coaches of all time, man. No way this team doesn't win the NBA championship. If they don't, they letting Moses Moody down. Next Kawhi Leonard, you heard it here first.
Believe. Hashtag.
I believe it. Hey, man, I'm all in on Moses Moody. He was
He's a good
nice.
player, man. He's a really good player. I feel like we ran the gamut. Any other thoughts on this game? I was going to point out Sabonis. Sabonis going to have to figure it out against these dudes at some point, man. I don't know what this is here.
All right, I'm not supposed to hate, man, but some players make me want to hate, man. Good win for the Kings. Like
he
the
had
Bean.
10 assists to one turnover. I
He was
see you.
diamond. He was diamond. when they said that stat that he shoots 60% versus the entire NBA and less than 50% versus the Warriors, I was like, bro, Draymond nice and all, but I'm like, what is everybody else doing? Like, because I'm only watching him versus most of the time versus the Warriors. And it's just like,
I
that
think
jump, that gap has to just feel crazy. It's like, yo, he's really dominant versus 29 teams in the NBA, or like a consistently dominant player versus most teams in the NBA.
it's
And I just see the version of him that can get a bucket.
it's wild how hard it is for him to make open jump shots against the Warriors. Because again, it's one of those things where I've seen enough Kings games, and also just like before he got to Sacramento, like this nigga can make an open 20-foot jumper. Like you know what I mean? Like there's shots the Warriors give him that are like I don't understand like how like he missed another one of those like elbow like kind of one step to the right of the elbow kind of jumpers, and it's like bro you're in the NBA. You have a good touch. I watched you spend a whole season just shooting corner threes because Russell Westbrook was trying to get triple doubles. Like I know you have a decent jump shot. Like and it's
That's
just
how the Warriors treat triple double dudes with disrespect. That's how they treated Russ too. I feel like
yeah
he shoot a
no
jump shot or something about it. They laughing or they
no.
just
I mean, stars. There's like Tony. I mean, put in a big moment for them, and like the one of the starting of how this all comes to be is putting Bogut on Tony Allen. It's like they were kind of not the inventors, but they were the ones that probably went to the extreme of, oh, that guy can't shoot. We're not gonna guard him at all, actually, kind of
yeah.
type thing. So yeah, and it's weird because
Popovich
I feel like
was
they.
doing the best player in the world 2013. Boris Diaw telling him, "Hey, back up until he make a shot. Back
Let's
up
go.
until number 6
Boris
prove he can."
Diaw
And
was going.
last minute he procrastinated. He started making jump shots
Yeah,
at the end.
that was
He was
wild. That was wild. I did the same thing to the
he was
Warriors
hooping
in
though. He was hooping.
2016. The same thing to the Warriors in 2016. But I was gonna say, yeah, Boris Diaw. For just to clarify, Boris Diaw was going like there were screens being set for LeBron at the elbow, and Boris Diaw was going under those screens.
It was a combination of two great basketball minds because it was Popovich and Boris. Like it was Popovich and any Popovich player. You feel me? It just looked like they going under. But it was Boris, so it just looked like Boris wasn't even. Yeah, he was
Guarding.
just like rolling around the screen, and there was like if he was on the screen was Boris dragged the screen down to the block. Now it's just like he's increasing the space between him and LeBron for no reason. It's just like, oh yeah, no, like, this is crazy. Like it felt it was that where Doc and KG, you feel me, kind of let me down because Pop was really about that life. We were just saying, I don't respect your jump shot, LeBron James. Where I get why the Celtics had to bend eventually, but Celtics was always kind of playing too much up on LeBron, man. But yeah, it takes the real confidence to tell a great player like to really kind of disrespect a great player with the game plan like that. But yeah, the Warriors be choosing that shit whenever they see somebody who just can't shoot. They gonna make you feel disrespectful. Like like, we leaving you wide open. We leave you wide open.
That's crazy part.
Popovich did that to LeBron. That's crazy. That's why he probably lost the series eventually.
No, he came back. Oh yeah, that's why he lost that series. Yeah. That's why he lost. Yeah,
It's a
no.
rebound and it's free throws and
Well, yeah, no.
man,
He doesn't. Some to just don't take Tim Duncan out the game. Or at least after the first time you give up offensive rebound in the three, they don't take Tim Duncan out the game again. That's how it goes. We all make mistakes. Any other Warriors thoughts on or any thoughts on this game? I saw Sabonis' stat line. And I feel like I had to point it out. But any other
I
thoughts?
don't know what's about to happen the next two games. So whatever I
Oh
said,
yeah,
I don't know what's going on with the Clippers.
that's a good
like we
one.
got one win, baby. We
I
got one
think we'll
win.
beat them once. I think. I mean, can we just go straight into the Clippers?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, let's do it.
Free Westbrook because he doesn't
I
deserve
respect it.
this.
He really doesn't.
Harden, he does.
He still be hooping. I be looking at the box score
No,
sometimes.
he
I see the
doesn't.
clips.
I mean,
I see the highlights. If he step back
what,
here,
did he have like 8 points the last 2 games or something?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, he had the last game. He had six points
Dog in the
total
Spurs.
on 7 shots. Yeah, I'll point out. I'll say this because I think I said it. I said it when we were me and Dan and Pops were talking. But James Harden, I'm pretty sure I'm saying this right. James Harden has taken 3 shots inside the 3-point line in the fourth quarter this year, or since he's been to the Clippers, or at least like in close game scenarios. He hasn't made one yet. All threes.
Russell West, man, double off the bench.
I see you. See you, Russ. I thought that was assist for a second. I almost got excited. I see him. Yeah, no, I get it, and it's weird. That's what that was. I think we talked about it. It was the most frustrating part. Not the most frustrating part. It was a kind of slick, frustrating part of the trade. It was like, yo, Russ finally accepted who he needed to be to have success in this NBA. Y'all just gonna like for
Yep.
no reason just kind of rip it away from him. It was like, oh no, he's just like the LA one made more sense. Like you're actively hurting the team as a starter, and that's like a whole bigger thing, team wide issue. It was like just like really figured out how to be a good fit, not fit in, but like be a contributing player on a team with other superstars on it, even in a way he never did with Kevin Durant. And they just gonna make this come off the. And he it seems like he was the one that volunteered. I don't know if that's one of those I volunteered because I knew somebody was about to tell me I was gonna have to do it anyway. But I don't know. Yeah, free Russ.
What's the problem? Wait, go to the game. Go to their game stats before this if you can.
You mean like the game before this one?
Yeah, their game before this.
I got you.
Yeah.
What's the best way? There it is. Oh yeah, they lost to the Mac. Oh wait, they win this game?
Oh yeah, that's when. Yeah, the Maverick. Yeah, I already knew about the Mavericks stuff.
They beat the Mavs.
Yeah.
James Harden had 8 points on 8
Yep,
shots.
that was the one. Yeah. So 8 and 11. Man, I'm telling you. And then
14,
what's Westbrook?
14 points on 15 shots the last 2 games.
14, 7, and 8 for Westbrook.
Ooh, I see you. Keeping the turnovers down too. He out here. Yeah, no,
This point guard James Harden thing might have just been a myth. I'm telling y'all.
Hey, I feel like we said it when it first came around. It was just Harden. Russ needs to come off the bench because the way Russ the Super Six man because Harden was the Super Six man back in OKC, but man, Harden, I don't know, shit come back around, dog. You take that 6-man role. I feel like that actually might be where it is time because he's still listen. I've been wanting to give up on James Harden for a couple years now, but I've noticed that every once in a while he just be doing shit like he in his prime, like his vintage. Like he'll have 2-3 games in a row, or he had 40 twice in the playoffs last year, and I didn't watch either of those games because I saw him in the first 2 games. That he was terrible. Like that was the first time I was like, this man can't score inside the 3-point line. I was like, he's either gonna have to make all threes the entire playoffs because he's never gonna score a 2-point shot the way he was playing the first couple of games of the playoffs. And then all of a sudden he's scoring 40s versus the Celtics in the second round. So at this point, you still have something. Come off the bench. You probably could damn near be the oldest player to win 6-man of the year because you off of the good games, you could still put up 19 a game. It ain't like you're gonna lose that many minutes on this team. You're only gonna play like 7-8 guys realistically anyway. Yeah, it might be. Hey, Russ get the starting spot, man. Russ just a man.
Did
That's why I've been trash, scoring wise at least.
wait, who?
But this whole thing is
Why?
done.
Yeah,
You know
I
what
was
mean?
about to. I was
Wilder
about
is
to
playing every
ask,
game. And
Did you watch any? Did somebody watch any of this game? How was Kawhi
Yeah, I
score
watched
8
it.
points?
Yeah, it was
But was-
bad. He just wasn't making shots, shooting a lot or getting a lot of shots.
Yeah,
He hasn't been making the Kawhi shots this year. Just
I
the
know.
mid ranges, the just
even the 3. Like I feel like it's all like I feel like for a long time I was watching Kawhi play and like it just didn't make sense how he made pull up threes because it's like bro, like it doesn't even look like the ball should be getting to the rim really the way he kind of lets it go, but it feels like it's all coming back to him now where it's like now all the jumpers look like that and none of them are going in from 3 now, and it's probably just a legs thing, but yeah, no, it's he's a fun, but he's still his hands are still amazing. That's the other part. It's just the defense is still another level. Which again, how do you plus 24 in a game where you go 2 for 12 and you're the best player on the team?
basketball instincts, fundamentals, the things that Klay Thompson and Wiggins are not struggling right now. Kawhi just be out there sometimes. I see him. He just takes some trips down the court where he just, go sit in that spot. Don't touch the ball. All right, go back. Go play some defense. Didn't have to do anything on offense.
So yeah, what's our thoughts here? Who's winning? We got a back-to-back. I think Thursday, Saturday, or Thursday, Sunday.
our young dudes run the Clippers off the court, but our whole team, anything can happen. It's gonna be some close games.
Something just tells me Paul George is about to have one of them Paul
Oh
George.
yeah,
It's a random game. It's going to one of those games. Paul George is going to be a problem for us.
he be looking 7 foot when he plays against us too.
Yeah, he's probably is he gonna be the tallest player on the court? He will be, huh? I mean, unless Zubac's out there, he's gonna be like by far the tall. Like he's got like damn near at least 3.5 inches on Joel or on Draymond and Kevon, right?
Yeah.
At least probably a couple on Loon. Well, yeah, crazy when you see them next to each other.
Ah man, yeah. I just already know the Warriors season is going that way though, because I feel like this is like the second or third week in a row where it's like they should be fine. Then it's like, nah, man. I think the last time it was like, Pop's gonna play Wemby at center for the first time this year or something. Like, just you expect something to kind of fuck you over now, and it's just that's where we're at with this
Yeah.
Warriors season. And I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, no, I
Or
just look at it
James
like,
Harden James Harden might just shut us up. I don't know what he's
mm-hmm.
about to do.
Saying he
He's
getting the
done
bag.
it in the bed. He's done it in the bay before.
You know how to go. Yeah, saying feel like you see
Regular season.
probably the Spurs games I was talking about. He go like 8 for 12, and he gonna get at least 7, 8 assists. He can keep turnover at 2, 3. Man, most of them points gonna come from beyond the arc. So like he can dice and then just dice you up after that.
Who is Klay Thompson going to guard in this game?
It's
Ooh,
sad,
that's
man.
a good
Neither of these
question.
teams is like.
Wait a minute. Who does he guard actually? Because they usually just stick him on the power forward nowadays, and they can't really.
I was gonna say we can
Who's
low-key do
guarding?
this.
Wait, let's wait. Who's guarding anybody? Let's think about like Wiggins is the only. Wiggins takes. Well, yeah, actually, I have no clue. Besides Looney
We got
and
Wiggins.
Zubac.
Yeah, does Wiggins take Kawhi?
Yeah, I figure Wiggins takes Kawhi. Maybe Paul George though. I don't know if you want Draymond guarding Paul George.
I don't know which one I want Draymond to guard. Honestly, I think I'd rather have Draymond on Paul George and Wiggins.
Steph got to guard Harden.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not trying to have James see Clay in front of him at this.
I am actually. That's the move.
But
Get the fouls. Get him out of here.
There's nowhere he's not.
Foul.
This is gonna
be
a
got
tough
two.
one.
Quick out. We got wings.
There's
Got
nowhere
wings on
he's
the
not
bench ready to
fooled.
guard.
Because Terrence Mann will work him too. Because that's the other one. Terrence Mann is going to start, and Terrence Mann's going to work his ass if he's guarding Terrence Mann too. They'll ISO that specifically.
So Looney's not starting, right?
Yeah. Because even if they start Zubac, yeah, it just makes more sense. They probably go Dario though. I'd be surprised if they went small. They probably should go small though, but they might not.
Wait. Are they start? Wait, who do they start? Wait, let me get this again. Wait, so it's gonna be James, Terrence.
It's the perfect
George
for Clay to not start.
Yeah.
Kawhi, Zubac, and then we gonna start Steph.
The same five we've always started. Maybe Looney instead of somebody else.
Wiggins, yeah. I be thinking because we got options, but we don't use the options. So that means, yeah, you put Clay on James.
Steph on Man. Wiggins and Draymond split up the forwards, however you want to do that.
Yeah, that's cool. Wiggins on. Yeah, Wiggins on Kawhi, and I play around with that though. Draymond. I'm not.
Paul George is a really good 3-point shooter.
He is, but he's also Paul George, so we don't know what kind of shots he's gonna be taking.
Yeah, no, it's true. I guess.
Where do I put Draymond on the court to just kind of stifle Paul George? I guess it's kind of the idea. He doesn't have to be. If we could switch him to Terry, if we put Steph on Paul George, but put Draymond in a place where if man's not, but man been hitting this year.
I would. He missed the first part of the season. I haven't checked what the numbers are right now, actually, but
No.
The real answer is Steph guards Man or whoever you want. Moody guards James Harden. Wiggs guards Kawhi. JK guards Paul George, and Draymond. Draymond man's the center. That's how you do it. But we're not gonna get to see that one.
At some point, man, because I trust Curry gonna get there. Because you feel me, he always been a defensive coach. You feel me, so you can't keep the best defenders off the court. You feel me? When you got the best defensive lineups, you can't keep those off the court. So he gonna figure out one or both of those things, how to get the best players and the best lineups on the court. Because we ain't really getting those right now. You feel me? But Draymond missed a lot of games, so
Yeah, that's always a big part of it. But also, they keep not winning when he's back. All right, they're gonna figure it out. We're getting it together. Wait, how long is Draymond's losing streak? Because they
He
gotta
needs to
win. They gotta win when he was out, but they have.
also can't do no dumb shit over these next 2 games either. Just relax. Relax.
season's gonna be a tightrope. Maybe.
Quick trivia. What's the last dumb thing Draymond did against the Clippers?
What did he do? Was that the KD thing?
Yep.
Well, he got what's technical points? How are he racking them up? But he gets suspended off his suspension, right? But he got a tech again today.
Yeah, no, they're building. I wonder what his point total's at. He's at least got to be around 7 or 8. You figure around this point, because I think flagrants count as 2. I don't know what they gave him for the ejection. That was a flagrant 2. Yeah. No, he's got to be getting close. I don't know if you can search. I'll check it out in a second. Yeah, so we'll see. So what's the thoughts on these next 2? Again, we don't know any schedule until besides these 2. These are the only 2 games on the Warriors schedule until I think December 4th or December 12th or something like that.
You can go 1-1.
1-1, nice split. These are both in LA. No, they're not both in LA. I'm sorry. Home and home.
Yeah,
That's nice.
They're both at home.
Yeah. No, home and home. I'm sorry.
Home and home.
Yeah. So we'll see. Yeah, I think a split makes sense. I'm nervous that they're just gonna find out a way to drop both of these, just because. But I don't know. The Clippers also kind of not suck, but the Clippers find creative ways to lose games too. So should be fun to see who finds a way to win or lose this one. Any other thoughts on this one, or any other general thoughts? You guys want to talk playing now that we have a bracket, or not playing? I'm sorry, in season tournament now that we have a bracket.
Are we not going to Vegas?
No. That was the chance. They needed to win that game by 12. They were up by like 24, and they ended up losing. So no Warriors in the in-season tournament. Got the matchups up there. I don't know if y'all could see them. So
Okay.
oh wait, hold on, wrong season, wrong thing. That's the in-season. Hold on, give me a second. Or that was the plan. My bad. There we go. In-season tournament. Why El Valle? Who knows what? You think anybody? How many people could look at this and actually know who these 2 teams are? The 2 in the middle on the West.
I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, do y'all? Yeah. The average. You think that? It's the Suns.
I mean, that's
it's
the Suns. I already know that's the Suns because. But who's the one? Wait, who is that?
That's the Kings.
Oh shit! I just don't have my glasses on. I would have recognized that.
That looked like the T-Wolves to me.
No, that's just the colors.
I've seen that before. Those are,
yeah.
I wouldn't have recognized those though. If
you hadn't
actually. I knew who the Suns. I knew the Suns and Lakers were playing against each other already.
Why the Pelicans so dark?
Yeah, no, I don't get that either. This is on the N.B.H site too. I feel like the Photoshop or whoever's doing your graphic design could have been a little more on it. But
good job.
No, good job, person. Good job, person. My bad.
This ain't it.
Good job, person. Unless you're a team of people who are shunning the black employees.
It's probably AI. That's what it is.
True.
Who's the second one on the East? That one? That's
the Knicks. The Knicks have managed to make their way all the way to the tournament. Who knows?
Knicks and Lakers first in season tournament championship.
Who's the team on top of them?
That's the Bucks.
Oh, the Bucks. What is going on with our logos now?
You see that Pacers logo? Pacers logo look like backyard basketball.
Yeah,
I like
that's
that.
AI.
That definitely looks like. And
man, Tyrese, get it done, man. This is my hope for the in-season tournament. Is we get the battle of Tyrese Halliburton and De'Aaron Fox. You feel me? Want to see 2 legends that the world gonna know right away. The whole world gonna see that lopsided ass trade that happened and the potential of maybe the greatest backcourt of all time that we missed out on, man. Tyrese versus De'Aaron.
Sure,
you beat the Celtics.
I'm sure a lot of people, it's gonna feel the same. Domantas Sabonis and and Miles Turner. Great big man duo that got split up. Same
Yeah.
thing. It all happening in one game. Um, yeah, no, I think Indy's got, or I don't know, Indy. If they can get past that one, then obviously they got a shot. But I'm curious to see how they hold up actually, because Boston blew the doors off of them earlier this season. That was kind of wild. That was like that first 30 pop. It might be the only time I haven't seen Indiana score 100 points, low key. But yeah, that
So
should be
is
fun.
this one and done
Yeah.
or how? Oh,
Yep.
okay. Well, one and done.
Yep, one and
Oh,
done's. These are home games, so they're playing Suns, Lakers is in LA, Kings, Pelicans is in Sacramento. Same thing on the other side. But then the semifinals and finals are in Vegas. So we're getting there. Should be quick. It's all happening next week, I think. Yeah, all happening next week. I think games Monday, Tuesday, and then Thursday and Saturday. Yeah, first round games are Monday and Tuesday, semis are Thursday, and the finals are on Saturday.
wait, who are the Lakers playing? Who is that again?
The
Suns.
Suns.
LeBron versus
Oh,
KD.
Vegas, bro. Hold on.
Vegas. Ah,
Mm,
mm.
Vegas, we're trying to
nah,
get there. Oh yeah, he's got to win, right? Because he's literally, this is a place where his team is gonna be. LeBron James, the LeBron James. Wonder what he calls him. What he calls the Las Vegas team. But yeah, he got to establish his ground. It's gonna be his city soon.
Whoever wins, I think whoever wins that game is getting to work. I think the bottom half of the
Hmm.
bracket is going to work the top half of the bracket in the second round. I think
Yeah.
I think whoever makes it out that sack New Orleans game is finna kind of might run. It could be a good game, but yeah,
Hmm.
sack might
I can see
put y'all on notice
Sacramento.
for real.
How y'all think the city? I think they're gonna fuck with it. It'd be funny. I mean, not funny. I think it'd be cool.
They pulling up.
Sacramento gets the first championship.
They pulling up to the game too. They out there. That's gonna
Oh
be
yeah, no, that's his nice thing. Really, with all four of these teams, huh? Well, not New Orleans, but all three of the other teams in the West.
the other year. Sack more than anybody damn near though. I feel like right or no.
Nah, the LA people love. That's a
Yeah.
quick little 3 hour drive over there. Um, but that's the one. That's where it's nice. Where Phoenix and LA is like, it's kind of cool. You get the LA to set up who gets to go to Vegas, but you figure it's a lot of people who are just gonna go straight to Vegas on Thursday, or at least for the weekend. But yeah, should be fun, man. Lakers. If the Lakers are, that's the one thing. Lakers Sacramento would be fun because that's a lot of people from both sides. I think in the mix, they
Hey,
gonna pack it out. That'd be
yo,
kind of wild. Because I think
they
yeah,
gonna rig. They go. You can't rig the Kings, man. With the internet, it's 2023. Adam Silver, you can't put a wool in front of wool over our eyes, man. Let Kings beat the Lakers fair and square. They make it to this championship. Get back.
this is Adam Silver is gonna be pissed if this is Indiana Sacramento. That's what he has to market for the first big in season tournament cup. Although
I don't know if I
that would
actually
be a fun
believe.
ass basketball game though.
No, that's what I'm saying. Indiana, I'm saying it's really the best kind of the Fox Halliburton matchup. Indiana Sac is just that's gonna be a crazy fun game, crazy pace, crazy score. But Indiana's got a chance just off of that. I think a little quick
Hmm.
one game elimination or single elimination
Hmm.
tournament like this. Like I feel like Indiana's got they're gonna be in the game, I guess, kind of shit.
Hmm.
Like they're just gonna make their games really competitive, interesting. So I can't really count them out. I feel like New York's gonna get worked by Milwaukee, and or not. I just don't really care who wins
Well,
out of those two. Actually, I just feel like
Jimmy didn't play today, and they almost lost that game.
New York or Milwaukee.
Milwaukee.
But yeah, no, I feel like whoever wins between Indiana and
Yeah,
Boston
nah, I feel it.
is gonna beat the top half, I think. And I think Boston probably has more of a chance, but I feel like Indy can just make the game a game. So they can, that
ugh,
offense is just
they don't
crazy.
want it to be Celtics Lakers.
Yeah, I
I
know.
mean, that's the thing. They can mess it up though. You feel me?
Yeah, I need. Yeah, it's really on Indiana to
The
do
fact
something.
the
I
fact
trust
that
Sac.
Boston's even here is so annoying to me. Sorry, go ahead though.
No, I don't. I mean, I trust. Sack.
That New Orleans game is they get through it. That's what I'm saying. New Orleans is locked in. They crazy, but
Yeah.
Sac
They
get through
already
New Orleans.
locked up
That
De'Aaron
nigga
too.
game. Yeah, it's not gonna be. Yes, yeah. That's the other one. That's in there. The bottom half is tough because I feel like that's especially with Sac New Orleans. I feel like New Orleans and Sac is going to make it up. I feel it. I don't want to be hating on KD and LeBron. I feel like I'm going away from them, but I'm just in my mind the Lakers, the Suns, because they both been probably both have kind of course corrected through up and downs in the season. Probably both feeling pretty good about where they're at. But Sac, New Orleans, OKC, that's the three
Minnesota.
young teams. Who was the other one?
You don't want to. I don't know if you want to put Minnesota in the mix.
Oh, Minnesota. Yeah, Minnesota. All four of those teams, I feel like just the young defensive teams are just it's the new West, I guess. It's just the West is hitting another level, and see one of these teams locked in, you're seeing something kind of new, I guess. There's a lot of good new teams. It felt Sacks building on the next year. New Orleans, we've been waiting kind of for a while, but we'll see. That defense, man, it's a lot of good defenders, a lot of good young players on that team, and OKC looks great, and yeah, Minnesota looks awesome too. Yeah, there's LA, Phoenix. See my Warriors,
Yeah.
Clippers too. Yeah, it's rough out here. It's rough out here for the teams built around the older stars.
Yeah, it is. Let's speaking of that, let's actually talk about because I do want to give Phoenix the shout out because I think everything you're saying definitely true, but Phoenix has won 7 in a row. That's the only kind of
I was gonna
weird
say,
part
I was gonna
is
say, course correct. I feel like they have. I feel like I
yeah,
was hearing good things about both Phoenix and LA
yeah.
probably about a week ago, and then I did never
Seems
started
like
hearing
the
bad things about Phoenix and
yeah, it seemed like
like
the
so,
Lakers kind of petered out a little bit, but we'll see. They're kind of still in
I
the
was,
same
hey,
place.
that's where I want to be.
Yeah, I know,
Warriors.
right? Kill for that
10
spot.
8.
West is tough, man. It's, wow, New Orleans lost the last 2 games they played. I feel like they were playing so well. That's
Yeah.
wild.
See,
Yeah, they lost to the Jazz twice, didn't they?
it was the Jazz.
Yep.
Damn. As soon as I was like buying in on y'all. They was locked in. They got Jose and Herb Jones back, man. It was looking nice. I didn't watch those 2 games.
Oh, the Jazz are on the Clippers' tails now. Keep thinking the Jazz are going to fall away, and they keep winning a game or two every year and there. Yeah, I feel like we checked in. Not a lot changing. I feel like like we said, we talked about the young squads. The young squads are kind of really making a name for themselves. Are they all? And they're all four? No, Minnesota, Oklahoma City, Sacramento, New Orleans. New Orleans is the one that's kind of trying to find their way through the injuries. But if they do, I think I'm with you. They're such a scary team when it all clicks, when it all comes together. It just
Yeah.
needs to. They need to. That's crazy about that. I mean, this is no CJ too. If they can
Oh
actually get
damn, yeah,
the.
that's I was you're saying CJ. What's Trey? What's Trey's injury? Is Trey still up?
Oh yeah, that's a good question. Let me see if we
I
can
feel like I
figure
haven't
out
seen Trey Murphy.
about Trey.
But yeah, no, damn. Yeah. They always missing people, man. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
CJ.
See, Trey Murphy not yet ready to make a debut. That was yesterday. They said maybe next week though. Somebody else said earlier today maybe. Hoops Hype said maybe next week.
Yeah, I'll be on the lookout for them, man. I mean, feel like OKC's doing what Minnesota's doing, but yeah, New Orleans could kind of have a little stretch in the season where they jump up.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think I think kind of what they did last year. I feel like they can have one of those runs and all of a sudden they're one of the top 4 teams in the West. I feel like last year it was like the 1 seed, but the West was kind of all over the place last year. Seemed a little more solid. I kind of see most of the teams up top staying around. We'll see how it ends up going
Really
together.
separation though. I feel like I wonder just how
Mm-hmm.
much it's just how much separation ends up happening because it feels like this
Mm-hmm.
could just stay just end up staying this close, I guess.
Yeah.
Like would feel like what Minnesota and OKC, Minnesota and LA right now, like that 3.5 gap. If it just doesn't never gets anywhere. 1-7 or 2-7, 2-8, never really have a bigger gap than 4 or 5 games. I guess
Mm-hmm.
as the season progresses, feel me? It's like be interesting. It's just probably stay big. The big middle is gonna form, I guess, but how big, I guess, would be interesting.
Yeah, I know. I think every time we feel we get a grasp on it, it kind of moves around a little bit. Like Dallas is coming. Like just we're looking at it now. You like kind of want to say a big middle, but it's really everybody. Everybody that's in the top 6 is only 2.5 games apart. Like Sacramento's a 2 game win streak away from probably being back, like being back up there, like towards the top of the West. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So like
yeah.
this is all and like the Lakers aren't. Yeah, it's gonna be a wild. The West Conference is gonna be a wild run. People are trying to say it's because the West is not good, and I don't understand how you can watch the NBA and think that the West clearly has the better teams. I don't know. Maybe I'm being a hater, but it just feels that way. I haven't checked the head to head yet this year.
Let me get me started on the conference that Pat Riley destroyed. Is trying to recover still. And once he's gone, it'll start to redeem itself with Western Conference basketball minds and talents. For me,
Oh, that
already
was.
happened
Go
for
ahead, my
me.
bad.
Nah, go ahead. Go ahead.
That was the thing I was gonna say. I'm a little mad about this Boston thing, man. Just Chicago needs to just put up a little, like the smallest bit of effort to keep Orlando in the mix. Like Boston had to literally win that game by more than 20 points, and they did. And now we don't get Orlando in the in-season tournament. That would have been, I don't know, Indiana, Orlando would have been a lot more fun, at least to me, than Boston, Indiana. Because as much as I like Indy, I think Boston's probably 30 popping them, 20 popping them. But yeah, I
Yeah.
just wanted to see. But yeah, speaking of Eastern, oh, that's good. Speaking of Eastern Conference teams with Western Conference influence, that is kind of the Magic, and the Magic have won 7 in a row. Good win over the Celtics earlier this week or last week. But they are a Eastern Conference team with a Western Conference coach. That was Luca's guy. The Orlando Magic's head coach was like Luca's main guy in Dallas. So we got a Dallas Western Conference coach leading the Eastern Conference team to a 7 game win streak, 8 of their last 10, and a game and a half back of the Celtics in the East. Any Orlando thoughts? I guess the biggest question, like, is there any part of y'all think like, yo, Milwaukee, Philly, or kind of not much different than Milwaukee and Philly, or do you still see you still feel like there's a separation there?
I never. Go ahead.
I gotta watch them play now. See if they gotta. I don't
Mm-hmm.
want to see if they how they can compete with Boston down the line.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, really, yeah, I gotta
Yeah.
see how they actually play.
Yeah, they played Boston. Cool. Play Boston well. Remember, I don't know if y'all remember last year. They beat Boston last year. They're having a really rough stress, and they beat Boston. I think Scal was like saying like kind of it was bullshit or something like that. But the players kind of got offended that like blew them out again later that week or something like that. But then
Don't want the smoke.
they handed. I mean, then blew them out again. Beat them pretty handily last week. So Magic got a good. At least they seem to give the Celtics problems, and it makes sense. They got some good size, good offense, make some threes. But yeah, I like the
A
team.
real Duke superstar.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. The agenda, yeah. Get a
I don't think I'm not that big fan of Paolo, but there is that there. Tatum playing. It's funny to see
yeah.
the 21-year-old Duke number one pick. He number one.
Yep, both number. Yeah, he was Paolo's number
Tatum
one.
was
Yeah,
number one,
yeah,
but yeah,
Paolo was
but
number 1. Yeah.
see they have the Eastern Conference team built around them. How fast
Hmm.
can you take them both? Finding some early success. Both Tatum found early success. Paolo early success. Doing a lot already, taking a big role on already. It's funny to see him up there already, and then also that specific. Yeah, Orlando been fading them, man. Last season they was giving them the work last year.
Hmm. Might
But I
be.
want the playoff matchup. That's what I want at the East. I want to see Orlando versus Boston in the playoffs somehow. It'd be
That'd be a fun Eastern
cool. At
Conference
this point,
Finals.
I was thinking first round, but at this point, I feel like Orlando could hang around there, get home court, and just hopefully get it in second. But
Hmm. Damn, they
I
got
don't
good.
think there's a separator. Also, that was probably the last thing you're saying.
Hmm.
That Boston, Milwaukee, Philadelphia group. That group's always interesting because no matter what seed Miami's in, they're in that same group. No matter how much Boston, Milwaukee, or Philly flip around up and down around each other, Miami gets to be in the group. So the group really doesn't make sense to me. I'm just happy to see hope Orlando could stay up there because
Hmm.
I already know they're gonna make it interesting versus Boston. I wonder if they can make it interesting versus anybody else. And Philly, man, I don't know. I feel like people were selling me on this Philly team right when it first happened, and I saw a little bit of them, but I don't know.
I want to see how it goes as time goes. They seem to be playing well since the trade, continuing to play well since the trade. But yeah, I'm curious to see how. I don't know. It's hard to full. I think that's the problem. Like I think all the pieces are really working, but at the end of the day, it is. I don't know. Joel's got to win some playoff basketball games, but for us to think that he can win some playoff basketball games, so we'll see if it happens.
Yeah,
Um, Anything else as we go through the league? We talk tournament. We've been going for a while actually, but anything else? Anything else been going on? We want to get into. Excited for these games next week. Any official prediction? I feel like we talked through the tournament
Won't
pretty
be
thoroughly. Predicting
won't
De'Aaron
like.
Fox. I see you Fox over Halliburton. That's your prediction.
Oh yeah, no, De'Aaron closed the game out. Nobody closed the game like De'Aaron Fox in the NBA, man.
Hey, you guys know Damian Lillard's leading the league in clutch points.
Oh, he got it. Okay.
I don't know why. I feel like that should move me, but it doesn't. Not anything against Dame, just whether Milwaukee could actually win something. Okay, yeah. So you got Kings over Pacers. What you got, Jordan?
I'm going. I gotta go.
Vegas, Bron.
I was about. I'm going Lakers. I'm going Lakers Celtics. I think.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna end up being Lakers Celtics.
And
Who win?
who's winning?
Who's winning? Oh, ooh. I'm gonna personally be cheering for LeBron because I just don't really like the Celtics.
Yeah.
But yeah, yeah, I'm going with Vegas Braun on this.
Yeah.
I think he's about to get this. He's about to get this done. AD.
That's
About
why.
to play some
That's why it's
defense.
gonna be Vegas Braun because he's gonna have to be great because AD man. Who?
AD can play some defense, man.
Sometimes.
Like
Sometimes.
most of the time.
Yeah.
Some of the time.
Pretty much all the time. I'm sorry. I just saw his team give up like 140 points to the Sixers. So
You feel me? Hey, he got. I don't need to hate on D'Lo for no reason, man. D'Lo, it's an interesting roster LeBron has over there.
Oof.
Yeah, no, it was a rough one. I will say real quick, Jordan, you kind of not stole mine because I was just thinking similar. I think LeBron. I want to see LeBron just maybe looking around and being like, I don't know if this team has it to win a championship, but I can make everybody think I'm amazing if I just like average 40 a game for the next 3 games, kind of type shit.
Everybody about to be out in Vegas partying. LeBron about to be inside, locked in.
Juicing
But I'll flip it up. Let's go. Let's
Well, the
go.
problem is KD ain't out there partying either. KD finna be in
that's
there.
the only.
KD gonna be in the hotel room locking in his prize picks,
what I was
watching
like.
league fans. I want to see who else is playing that didn't make the tournament. So.
So I'll switch it up though. Let's ride with my man KD because it's been his year, and I'm starting to regain more respect for my guy. And let's say just to make that fun, let's say it's against the Knicks. That's somebody because the Knicks travel well. I think the Knicks can hand the Bucks the L. I don't believe in the Bucks as a basketball.
Yeah, I think the Knicks could beat the Bucks.
I just don't. It's hard for me not to laugh at certain Eastern Conference teams. The Knicks and Bucks are both teams that I laugh at. But I shouldn't. I'm treating them like the Bulls. They're not the Bulls.
Yeah, nah. Again. Only they have the third best record out of the 4 teams over here. Okay, that doesn't. But whatever. They're not beating Boston. They're not beating Boston. Maybe they could. Out of all the teams in front of me that have the chance to beat Boston,
I feel like
anybody can beat anybody in that conference. That's why I laugh at all the teams.
Yeah, nah, that's true. All right. Anything else before we start wrapping up, y'all?
Dang, it's a good trial run. Win the East.
Beat the Knicks. Y'all need to beat the Knicks. I'm not trying to see the Knicks through this whole tournament. They already get enough TV time.
I'm tired of that team,
so
man.
National TV.
I watch any game but the Knicks games now, man.
Fibs, Julius Randle, man. We used to all love Julius Randle's game.
Man, Julius, man, I made you in 2K before. I had to create Julius in 2K and put him in the draft because he was so nice on the mixtape on YouTube. He was gonna be the next one, man. It's gonna be the next one.
Hey, he's the one. Who else has taken the New York Knicks to the second round of the playoffs in the last 2 decades?
Oh, good career, great career, even great career. It was my fault for thinking,
Yeah, nah, I know what you mean.
Draft night stuff for me. I thought, yeah.
Also,
Gordon Hayward was gonna be, a superstar, 10-time All-Star, or some shit. That whole era, Julius, man, Julius. Who else was Julius's draft? Or who else was?
Ooh, who was Julius's draft? That's a good way to close
You know,
on. I will
that
point
was.
out
Oh,
with
he was.
Julius.
Was he Wiggins' class? High school class? Was he with Wiggins? Or was
Was
he?
it?
Or no, he was
No, I
after.
think he was
No, I
after.
don't think so. Yeah,
Was it somebody else in it?
Julius Dion Randle. That's a name right there. What class? I don't know. I see it. 29. I will point out Julius Randle also has an All NBA. I think we forget about that. He has an All NBA actually.
Who was
What
he got?
draft was he? Um, two. He has two All NBAs. Shout out to you.
2014.
Yeah, why am I billion blind? I'm sure it's right in front of me. Somebody's mad. Yeah,
Yeah, it was
2014.
2014.
There you
Yeah,
go.
13.
2014 draft. Oh, you want to see a high school class from 13?
Yeah, 2013 high school class.
Let's see. Yep, basketball. I should have put NBA. That's on me. High school basketball class. Oh yeah, I forgot they do this. Some might be changing up their numbers sometimes, though, to look better. I forgot who does that. I see Julius
Oh,
Randle.
well,
I see Jabari.
Jabari. Yeah, that is Jabari Wiggins, right?
Ah, okay. Wait, Julius is in that draft? Or did he go for two?
He went for two.
Oh,
I
okay.
think.
Okay.
Did he go for two? No, he didn't go for two. I think
He's in this draft? That's wild.
he just got hurt. He just got hurt the rookie year. He got hurt like 5 games into or the first game of the season. He got hurt and didn't miss the whole year.
Do y'all remember? Ah, man, these dudes were supposed to be nice. Twins were
That's
supposed
what.
to be nice. I
What
forgot
was
about
old boy?
twins.
Who, the Harrison twins?
Yeah.
The
Oh,
Harrison
it was the
twins?
Harrison twins and Randall. Okay, that's what it was. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah,
I
yeah.
thought this was gonna be the one of them niggas. Was not.
Wait, what's is Wayne Selden on here?
Yep, Wayne Selden. I ain't gonna lie, we made him on 2K too. We had him
Ah,
way too good.
Wayne
Yeah.
Selden. I
Who?
thought he was D Wade, J.R. Smith, and Kobe Bryant all rolled into one. I thought Wayne Selden was better than Wiggins.
Wait,
Still
who'd you say?
That Josh Mc.
Nah, Austin Nichols.
Oh,
Yeah, that was
Austin.
my mind went there too for a second. Yeah, some guy named Austin Nichols. But yeah, this is an interesting one. What's the face? Y'all remember Dakari? Dakari. I feel like that was the name I was seeing a lot. What happened to Dakari?
Dakari Johnson.
Yeah.
Was it Dakari Johnson? Yeah. He went to. Was that Kentucky?
Yeah, he was at Kentucky too. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the thing. This is a crazy class. So Kentucky has Julius Randle third in the class, Harrison fifth, Dakari Johnson seventh, James Young. I forgot about James Young. James Young eighth.
Yeah,
and Harrison
that was
ninth.
the
That was his run at it.
Oh man.
Then Coach K did.
Who'd they lose to? They lost.
Oh, they did, yeah. Did Harrison really call somebody a nigga? Wasn't they called a white boy a nigga? Wasn't that one?
I think he whispered. I forget what it was. It
was like during a press conference. It was something like Was that Cole Aldrich?
Yeah, I think he was at Kansas for a minute. Yeah.
Ah man, that's funny. All right. Sorry.
James Young. James Young, Wayne Selden, Julius Randle, man. I thought all y'all was gonna be 99s, man. 99. That's y'all was gonna be it. This was the greatest class ever. Wiggins and Jabari was gonna be. They were the ones everybody was staring at. We always like the number 7 pick, like Kobe or what Kobe.
You were staring at Jabari.
I thought Jabari was nice.
Jabari, I do remember. Yeah, he was supposed
Julius
to be.
Jabari was supposed to be nice. And Jabari,
then he said he doesn't get paid to play defense. That was rough.
What to say, man? Yeah. All right, Wiggins got him. He got him. I lost that one. Injuries.
You could argue anybody that had a horse in that race lost, at least for a while. So you're good.
Wiggins did it at his own pace. I knew he was going.
Sure.
Well, Jabari got hurt, kind of messed up. But
that's where he really going.
This modern day NBA, I don't know.
Jabari was a bucket. I seen some highlights on Instagram the other day. Somebody was like, Jabari Parker didn't get hurt. If he didn't get hurt, he didn't really say much else. But if he didn't get hurt, it was
he got hurt so late.
He had the dunk style. he had like a style of dunk he was
Oh
doing.
yeah,
It
he had
was
those weird
Jabari
like
Parker.
he had this
Was he
weird
there
his
before
wing moves
Giannis?
look weird.
Yeah, that's what I was. You
Yeah.
remember that? There was he did one. I saw the clip. One of the posters. Giannis was like on the sideline in the warm up. Like, oh shit! You tell he was just so shocked to be playing with such a great future prospect like Jabari Parker. He was just trying to be his number 2, number 3, maybe. Yeah, I'm saying it all transitions pretty weird.
Was wait, who else was still? Was Brandon and Monte there with Jabari?
I think Brandon. Yeah. Oh, Monte. Nah,
No.
I don't think Monte was still there. If not, he like left as soon as
Nah,
Jabari got there.
that was right around the time he got to Dallas was 2013. Yeah.
Yeah, and then but yeah, Brandon. Oh yeah, Brandon Jabari
Yeah.
traded Bogut.
Bogut, yeah. That's always funny to think that Bogut was on the same team with some of these guys. Just knowing what you know about Bogut now.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else? Any other messages? Anything else to get off the chest before we wrap up? All right.
Nah.
Let's get to it then. You have been listening to The Garage, the flagship show of N.B.H. Network. I would like to thank my co-hosts for joining me tonight and ask you guys both to let the people know where you can find them on the internet.
You can find me on Instagram _JBadge, TikTok JBadge47, and YouTube JBadge Music.
You can find me at Daniel Doom _ at Daniel Doom _ on Instagram. I think that's right. You can find me on YouTube, Doom and Wonder. It's the ant sign, the one that looks like the 8. Doom and Wonder. Here.
Good old ampersand. All right. I go
What's
by
it called? Ampersand.
ampersand. I think I have a vague memory of somebody saying that with an accent at some point.
Good word.
I go by Mike. I spell that with a 1, so that's M1KE. M1KE. Best place to find me is on YouTube. That's at Trash Mike. Again, that's Mike with the 1. At Trash Mike, and Mike is spelled with a 1. You have been listening. No, sorry, did that wrong. Darn it. We're going to wrap up strong, though. Thank you guys all for listening to The Garage for real, though. This is an NBA live show, as you guys are watching right now, but it's also a podcast that you can find on Spotify, Apple, or really wherever you get your podcast. Be sure to fuck with us. Give us a subscribe. Ratings also help if you want to endorse one of those, or a review, because I think Spotify can do that now, too. You can also follow the show on TikTok and on YouTube at N.B.H. Network. We'll be back next week. But until then, remember, it all started with a basketball. Peace.